Welcome to another edition of Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. Not only do we have a stranger on board today, but she's a mystery girl too. We are traveling, as you can see, in the lovely Los Angeles downtown area where the traffic is really moving quickly. So, young lady, we won't say names. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
And I want you all to know that, I have the Be Fantastic movement. She was fantastic before I met her. And her friend that put her in the car is a psychiatrist or psychologist or psychiatrist and motivational speaker, which I look forward to meeting him. But we're going to have a little interview because what we're talking about here is she's looking for a sales associate, and she doesn't want them to have bad habits in the logistics industry.
Yes, correct.
And I related to that because many, many years ago, before this young lady was even born, I took a job in Florida. Well, we will reveal she's from Florida, not what city. And in that job, they wanted everyone in their restaurant never to have done their job. I mean, the trade. They want to train the chefs and the manager and the I'll decline that. The waiters and everybody fresh, no bad habits. So now you were saying the reason. Tell me your reason why.
Well, I believe if you take someone fresh that has no idea, or maybe a little bit of background of the terminology, or a little bit of idea of what shipping industry is, and you teach them how your business operates, then you will groom them how you want them to be groomed. And take, for example, myself. I did not come into my company 6 years ago knowing anything much about shipping industry. I just knew, okay, containers could move on a vessel from point A to point B. But I came in as a programmer to start doing the programming side of the company. And then I learned about pricing, and then my boss started to teach me about the industry and about this is how you do things, and this is how you move a vessel a container from here, point A to point B. This is what the terms are. This is what a CIF business is, what a bill of lading is. So I learned from the beginning, and I have become a manager after 6 years. Whereas people in the business been there 15 years, and they're still at the same position they are.
Well, I term that apprenticeship. And
Yeah.
that is, I think, the best form of learning on the job. And a lot of people will tell me they want to do certain things, because I'm a life coach as well as a motivational speaker and philosopher. And like young people will say they want to be a cop. I said, well, or a fireman. I said, go to the library and start learning all the terminology, learn the history, and then you can serve an apprenticeship. You can, because people, because of that knowledge, they want you to be around that field anyway. And then when you do go to school, where you have to get a degree or some kind of certification, you're going to know the answers. But people don't realize there's a free education out there. It's called the library.
True.
And it's called the internet.
True. Yes.
You don't have, but for some reason, like free advice, no one appreciates free advice. You charge $1,000 for the advice, and they cherish it, right?
Yes.
So basically, people think they have to pay for the knowledge when it's really free. The internet's free. The library's free. So I try to, help these young people that I meet to send them on the right path. That, the problem with society, and a lot of these my truisms and my philosophies come out in these interviews, is that we were raised by amateurs. Every parent is an amateur till they become a parent. And you can read every book on the planet, but you're an amateur till you have the kid. And you're going to make mistakes. And my theory is after about your sixth kid, you make less mistakes, okay?
Some people don't even reach there.
Right, and so you make mistakes. And after 6 kids, you make less mistakes, but you make different mistakes, right? And hopefully you don't make the same mistake. But the mistake I think most parents make is they teach fear. If you run with scissors in your hands, you're going to poke your eyes out. If you climb up that tree, you're going to break your neck. If you don't get married by 30, you're going to be an old maid.
Yeah.
If you don't go to school, you're never going to mount to anything, right? All these fears. So instead of having a super highway flat and straight that we can just rush through life or, go down life easily. We have a treacherous, clogged up freeway on a mountainous road, right? So that's one of the problems. The other problem is we have children as pets. We have them for the wrong reasons. We have them to keep marriages together. There's lots of reasons we have kids, but to give of yourself, and one of that things is to have dinner every single night with your kids. I don't know if you did that when you were growing up, but that makes a really rounded human being.
Yes.
And you don't turn out to be a murderer when you're eating dinner every night with your kids,
My
with your
dad
parents.
had a rule that he was a doctor in Trinidad, and we had a rule that at 7 o'clock we all sat down for dinner.
Great
and
rule.
Sunday was a rule, we all had Sunday breakfast together.
That's fantastic.
And I have a daughter, and we do that with my mom and my sister every single night. We all wait until I get home, whether even I don't have much to eat because I'm trying to lose some weight, but we all sit down and we have dinner together.
Right. That is, I always say that's the cure to the world's ills. But unfortunately, you're a product of your environment. Downtown LA is a very poor area. All the downtowns of major cities are very, very poor. And unfortunately, there is no work. So they have to scramble to steal and rob. It's life. But for the most part, anyone watching this, sit down with your kids. Because what happens in society when you make too much money is, whether it's a male or a female, your spouse divorces you because you're not there.
Yeah.
And the kids hate you because you weren't there. And you end up all alone. But lots of money.
Yeah.
So you don't need that much money.
And then when you die, what do? Does
They-
the money go with you?
No, they say the Brinks truck does not go with you.
You get cremated or you get buried with the things you came in the world with. Nothing.
Now, I tell people, if you want to make a lot of money, wait till your kids are grown. Then make the money. Because you don't need a whole lot of money to raise, you don't need $1 million in the bank. You need enough money to pay the bills, right? And I tell people, enjoy what you do, because if you enjoy what you do, you'll be good at it. And if you're good at it, you'll make money. I had a gay couple in the back, and they had a son, and their son wanted to be rich. And he said, tell Jim, I think that was his name, give him some advice. They told him I'm a life coach. I said, well, Jim, you don't want to be rich, because you don't want to wish fame or fortune on your worst enemy. Jim, what you want to do is do something that you love, and then again, you're going to do well at it, and you're going to make money at it. And like you said earlier, you have a lot of associates at work that come in miserable.
Yes.
Because it's just a job, and that's not their dream, and that's not their goal, and it's to pay the bills, and they're miserable. And I tell people to get rid of anyone negative in their lives, because they're a cancer.
Yeah.
They're a cancer. Don't associate with them. Don't take their calls. Don't answer their texts. It's a cancer. That's why being fantastic is so important, because it's a positive way of thinking. It's a way of being kind to one another by saying that as an answer, by saying it all day long, you're going to be healthy. And everyone looks better with a smile, right? Look at you with that smile. If you people could see that smile, she's gorgeous.
Thank you. I'll just go back to my little reason to why I don't like to hire people with knowledge or background of a certain industry. For example, I hired this guy. He had experience, and I said, my boss told me, try it, Carrie, hire someone. You will have to teach him much. So I said, okay, not a problem. I would hire him. So he came from another shipping industry, came into the company, and 2 weeks into it, I taught him what he needed to know, and asked him numerous times, I need you to do this, but like this. One day, it was just him and I alone at the office, because the other associates went out for it was a holiday weekend or something like that. So it was just him and I. He went for lunch. He asked me for lunch if I wanted anything to eat, and I said, no, it's quite okay, I'm good. He went for lunch and he never came back. And I said to my boss, do you see why I was stick with my own gut feeling? Do not hire people with
Bad habits.
experience.
It's a bad habit. See, a lot of people have the bad habit of saying good when asked how they are.
Yeah.
And we're creatures of habit. and it's very tough to break a habit, and that's why we have New Year's resolutions to try to break bad habits. But I think being fantastic is the best New Year's resolution out there. By the way, Christo, if you're listening to this, which hopefully you are, I want to do a podcast with you because I love interviewing intelligent people, and I'm understanding that you're a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and I think we're going to have a lot in common. And I'm hoping that you're going to be at the Conscious Life Expo next month, February 22nd, because I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people down there. I'm going to have a ball interviewing total strangers that have super conscious minds and extraterrestrial lives and all kind of fun things. So yeah, this is great. I'm so happy to meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you very much for the interview.
It's my pleasure. Everybody, if you like what you're hearing, because you're not seeing it today, well, you're actually seeing some great traffic here. Please subscribe, hit the bell if you want notifications, hit the like, and most importantly, be fantastic. And next month, of course, you're going to see a lot of great interviews here and great podcasts on BeFantasticToday.com. And join the newsletter, and recommend to Ellen that she has me on the show, because I'm at 971, and my goal is to get 1 million people being fantastic in this city or country or world. I know it's a low bar, 1 million, but we'll see what happens. Be fantastic, everybody.